What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Cities Skylines. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we go about, I suppose, some complex problem solving. What it looks like is we've got some serious issues that we need to sort out. So I'm going to focus on this area first because it's in development, and once it's up and running, it'll provide us with a lot of fertile area to essentially get set up for later on in the game. But for right now, basically what's going to happen is, let me pause the game. We're going to hit this up for a little bit, and then we're going to start solving problems over here because I let the game run for probably, oh, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and it looks like we're actually having a body pickup problem, a major body pickup problem. Now, there is a bug related to this in the game right now. I looked it up where your hearses aren't working, but I don't think it's that bug. I don't know. I've looked, so in this area, it might be. This area I just have zoned poorly. This area over here, however, there is a bug related to cemeteries and incinerators, or the body, I guess the crematoriums or whatever, where they send out hearses, but the hearses despawn before they get like 10 feet away. I did follow a hearse around, and it looks like weird things are happening over here because there are, look, let's take a look right here. There's a lot of crematoriums in this area, so we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to sort this out in a little bit. I'm not saying it's a bug, but it's looking a little suspicious. I did follow hearses around and then reload the save and whatnot. We'll sort it out in a minute, though. Let's get all of our basic utilities. Let's be a bit utilitarian right now, shall we? We'll get all this running over to here. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play this game while we're on the subject. While we're talking about it, I don't know. I feel like I've gotten what I wanted out of it. I've enjoyed my time with it, but at the same time, it hasn't been something that has, like, stimulated me incredibly. Like, I don't wake up late at night being like, I want to play more City Skylines, because it's just not the sort of game. I went out on a limb with this one. I've been doing that a lot lately, trying to do, like, new series and things that I'm not typically acclimated to. And I think it was a reasonably decent sort of, like, experiment. I think I'll run the grid. I need to zone all this first. So, what we'll try and do anyways, we got a little bit of industry right here. Let's get the industry slotted in, and then all that I want to do on this side is we'll just put in an elementary school. The rest of it doesn't really matter. That should make all of them pretty happy. What is this right here? That's a hospital. That's a police headquarters. Multiple problems. So it's missing water. It's missing... Here, let's turn that back on. The water problem should go away in just a moment. Yes, there we go. So the water problem has been solved. We no longer have issues with water. Now we need to think about our power grid, which is a little bit wonky, but we can make it work, and then we'll get rid of these lines in a little bit once we no longer need them. And so that should get, well, most of these people sorted out. Not all of them, because the grid doesn't touch each other yet. We told them not to touch each other because we're like, I'm touching you! And they're like getting all irritated with each other. They're causing problems. They're like fighting in the back seat, and we're just trying to take care of it for right now. Let's get going with some zoning. Oh, it's already been zoned. Okay, so since that's already been zoned, let us then think about maybe doing some commercial along one side, because it does appear as though we need it. And in so doing, that should allow us, let's keep an eye on this area over here. So now that it's got power and water and some basic utilities, we should see this grow pretty quickly, and the grid should grow into each other over on this side. Now that we've solved this little problem here, and we're watching all of our little bars reduce, what we can do is let's go back in now, and let's sort out what's going on in Broxton. Broxton is definitely living up to its name right now and turning into a hood where there's abandoned buildings and dead people everywhere. And I don't think they're zombies, so we don't have like a Walking Dead type situation going on right now. Looking for coral all the time. Let's see. I need to bulldoze all of the nasty buildings so that we can raise those property values up. The abandoned buildings are actually due to the fact that there's so many dead bodies. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and get the transit a little bit better. Wow, this entire district went out. Okay. Well, we'll sort that out in just a minute. It appears as though they had pollution issues on this side too, and I'm wondering why. Oh, there's an incinerator over here. Okay, so that would explain it. That would explain it. So I appear to have hit some threshold in the last episode or two where my characters started dying. I didn't really have this problem except for like random deaths, like people falling off curbs and being like, oh my god, my eye, I've impaled myself on a curb. I'm like, that's pretty impressive actually if you impaled yourself on a curb. That took effort right there. I feel like we should probably come up with some kind of just like epitaph for your headstone, because that's an impressive feat. Upon his headstone, he needed a blurb. Here lies Jeff, head butted a curb. Something like that. You would have to put something like that in, otherwise it seems like a wasted opportunity. It seems like the sort of thing that you could have got away with. And see, now over on this side, take a look at all these dead bodies. Yet at the same time, is this one way over here? That might be why. No, that's two way. It's definitely, it's going in the proper direction. So what's up with this right here? It's actually at full capacity, which means we might need to build another one in here. let's go. It's not at full dead bodies, by the way. I want to point that out. The bodies are fine. They're not ready to hit the floor or anything. But I'll probably drop that in right there. And we'll just see. Let's watch how it works. So it's got 1 hearse out, 2 hearses out, 3. If this goes straight up to maximum, we'll know. And honestly... Okay, so yeah, maybe it was just like a capabilities issue over here. I just didn't have enough services around. Whereas on this side, if you take a look at this one, every single one of these places, so this place has 6 out of 12. Let's take a look. I was looking at it in between episodes, and a lot of these places had 0 hearses out, which was very, very odd considering. So for example, oh, there's 4 out of 9 right there. I don't know. I reloaded the save again, so maybe it knocked something loose, because I sat here for about 15 minutes watching all of my incinerators and my crematoriums and all my cemeteries, and they all had 0 out of 12. They would cycle in between 0 and 1 hearses. The hearse would spawn and then despawn the second that it came out of the building. So maybe it's fixed this time. I don't know. I reloaded the save again just to make sure. See, so that one's not functioning right now, even though it should be, even though there's all this all around it. This one's not functioning. This one, let's watch it for a second and see what it does. Yeah, you see that right there? That's the bug right there. I'm pretty sure. I've looked this up on the forums where it's got 0 and 1 flashing on a building, and it appears to be something like broken. I'm not sure though. And so they said I could fix it by, I think, unloading one of my cemeteries. I don't remember. I think they said I could fix it by unloading a cemetery. So let's try. Let's see if we can make this thing empty out, and they'll take it to all the incinerators, or at least these incinerators should come and get the bodies maybe. So yeah, you see these right here? These are actually bugged, which is why we have the problem right there. They just flash between 0 and 1. So I think what we need to do, it has something to do with, the hearse does not despawn. You'll notice there are hearses in front of the building. I looked up the problem in between, and I actually did a bunch of research on this because I couldn't figure out how to fix it. And what'll happen is sometimes your crematoriums, upon loading a save, will have trouble. They'll spawn in the hearse, but I guess the pathfinding for the hearse will just get stuck. And when it gets stuck, it cancels out the job, thus negating the hearse. And then it tries to reassign the job, sort of like in an endless loop. And so I don't know how to fix this, but we're going to try and do it right now. I think we can make it happen. It's just that this entire area is sort of falling apart as a result of this. I'm not going to say 100% that it's a bug, but I looked this up, and other people are having this problem too, where it just cycles. This one doing it too? Okay, so that one's 9 out of 9, so we're good right there. That one's still functioning. And then what's this one doing over here? That one's at 9 out of 9, so it's functioning. That one's at 9 out of 9, so it's good to go. So it looks like it was just the ones up in yeah. And so y'all gonna make me lose my grandpa up in yeah, up in yeah. Y'all gonna make me put down a cemetery up in yeah, up in yeah. There it is. Got the cemetery all. Let's keep an eye on it though and make sure that it starts functioning. See, it's got the same problem right there. It's just cycling between 0 and 1. And I have no idea how to fix that. That's the problem, is that how do you fix that right there? Everything else is operating at full capacity. Is it due to... Let's take a look and make sure that I'm not overlooking something right now. So, it's connected to a road. It's ready to rock right here. Maybe. Let me try and relocate it real fast. Maybe to right there. No, it's not working right there either. Okay, well, something about this area is causing this to happen, and I just simply don't know how to fix it. That's ultimately, and it's causing all my buildings to get canceled out down here. It's like they're just like bugged. That's all that there is to it. Like some of these are functioning, like a few of them are, but a lot of them are not. Luckily, we don't have a whole lot of dead bodies in this area, although still, I think they're trying to play catch up with the rest of the area, and it's causing problems. Let's fix this area first, I guess. We'll go through and see if maybe we got a cemetery right there with 12 out of 12. We got a cemetery right there with 12 out of 12. I think we can afford a few more incinerators, so we'll drop one right there. We will drop one right there so that our coverage looks a little bit better, and then we're going to watch these and just sort of babysit them for a second and make sure that they're doing what the hell they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so that one appears to be functioning. It's a little bit disappointing not to check on these like this. That one's functioning as well, so at least we can clear up this area. The other thing is maybe... Yikes. What if I put... It's just this area. That's the weird part, is it has something to do with the zoning. That one's working, though. If I move this one, will it stop working if I put it over here? And then I can fill in that previous spot with another one. And we just kind of like see what happens with this one. Well, that appears to have maybe shook something loose. I don't know, it looks like something climbed up the tree and tried to take care of it, so we might be, it's already storing dead people? It just got installed. How does it have dead people already? That's incredible! Alright, we've got such an overstock of dead people. I need to check all of this too now, because this appears to be a wide problem that it's only occurring with just this industry, so I'm thinking that one's got 7 out of 9. Cemetery's at 11 out of 12. Maybe we just hit a threshold too, that's the other part. That one's at 9 out of 9, but I'm very paranoid about this at this point. I want to make sure that my dead bodies are being taken care of. So we're looking good right there. There's cemeteries over here. How are you rocking it? You're rocking pretty well. Okay, the other possibility is that I could just increase the budget such that we got like tax rates over here. Let's increase that slightly. We'll increase the tax amounts in the city for a bit. You've got that a little bit higher. I don't really know how to adjust with this because I never played around with it. But for our budget, let's take that all the way up and just see what we can solve right there by adding the capacity for a few more hearses. Did that actually affect anything over here? I don't know. We should be able to stay on top of the dead bodies. The dead bodies are causing entire buildings, though, to be canceled out. I think that's what happens if they don't pick up a dead body quick enough, is it actually turns the building into a dilapidated structure. And I just don't feel like... We're basically firefighting today. That's all that we're doing. The building is on fire. Of course it is. This whole area, Broxton, this first experiment went really, really poorly, I think. This area is running a little bit better with some minor adjustments. It's not actually that bad. You see how quickly it cleared up, so... This area as well is doing perfectly fine, so I think it's just Broxton for right now. Our original experiments in city building, so this area and this area, I get slowly better from right to left. Looks like we've actually got some problems over here too. Lots and lots of... So what's going on with these buildings? There are no workers. Okay, well if you build some houses, that'd fix that up right there. I mean, you know, just like throw some houses out in this region. Get the suburbs going. Pleasant, pleasant suburbia. So we'll throw all that in, and let's just wait and watch how this all develops. I have had the game paused for a while, so hopefully these will get all fixed up once we start putting houses up. Wait, do I have 2 elementary schools? Oh, I have 2 high schools. What do I have 2 high schools for? Did I place a high school when I meant to place an elementary school? No, I did not. Okay, well they can have a high school and like a normal education, but I want them to fill in for like factory jobs over on this side. This is going to be kind of like the Derpington area where people don't go to school, and then I'm providing them with the free opportunity to go, so frankly nothing to complain about here if they don't. Maybe they got other stuff to take care of though, I don't know, maybe they got like sick family or something. We got buildings on this side. I mean, we got a lot of stuff in this area that was done right, but I think it also might be a little bit of a traffic issue. Well, it's clearing up a little bit on this side, so that's good. It's getting a tiny bit better on this side. We only got 1 hearse for that giant budgetary increase, huh? I also noticed that when I logged in, my surplus was only like $8,000, and then it's evened back out. So I'm kind of wondering what happens when you load a game in this game. Like what... Because this was actually way, way lower than when I stopped playing the other day. So I'm not sure. There's a lot of like strange things occurring right now, and I've been looking at my UI trying to track it all down. We can fix all this. Don't worry about it. We just kind of got to like sit here and wait till this whole area balances out. I don't know if I should finish this car. This car. It's like, I don't know where to go. I seem to have hit some sort of terminal loop. Oh my god. That or he's having the time of his life. Like, woo! Donuts, man. Donuts. I love this city. Yeah. Alright, anyways. Hopefully we'll get some suburbs built out here. There's no demand for it is the main problem. On this side, we could probably get away with a little bit more high-density commercial for right now. I don't know why, but I enjoy the painting tool so much more than every other tool in the game. Like, seriously, the painting tool brings me some sort of weird joy. Every time that I use it, I'm just like, yeah, I got that painting tool. Gonna paint everywhere. I got that painting tool. I'm gonna fill in the air with skyscrapers. With skyscrapers, yeah. Alright, so we got a little bit more over here. That should keep them sated for a little bit on commercialism. They just want to spend, spend, spend. People in the hood got money now, and so they're ready to go like buy big screen TVs and like self-heated floors and all kinds of crazy stuff. Meanwhile, on this side of the block. Jesus, things appear to have gone very, very wrong. That's okay, though. I can sort this out. I'm just going to keep this all going. Maybe we'll get some 4-lane roads up in here. Drop that in, and then we'll think about some single-lane roads, just kind of like canvassing through the neighborhood like so. This may cause some brief residential pain, but in the interest of keeping as many of these little, I don't know, intersections isolated from each other as possible, it seems to be a reasonable plan. I'm getting better at it very, very slowly. I can't say that I'm getting better quickly or that I'm learning anything here, but it's slowly getting better. We definitely we need more residential demand for sure. However, we have about $2 million, so what can we spend money on right now? What can we spend money on? You got a surplus. I suppose we could go with... Garbage is doing okay. Education seems to be alright. I heard that you could change these industries around if you wanted to, so let's take a look here. So when I go to industrial, if I wanted to rezone this, that's an incineration plant, so that doesn't count. This is best parts over here. They got one overeducated worker. Well, I need them to have a lot more, like, bad... Okay, whatever. We'll just put in more office buildings. How's that sound? We got too many We've done too well at educating our citizens, and Dane the Hiccup makes his appearance again. Alright, this entire block. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, everybody. Redo. Redo. That didn't go the way that I planned on it going. Although I like to see that there's a lot of optimistic people over here who opened up stores and stuff before the whole area collapsed in a giant ball of misery, sadness, and unemployment. I know the feeling. I know the feeling well. That's the worst feeling. I've been pink slipped before. Being pink slipped, oh, that's the worst day ever. Like, you get to work and they're like, yeah, so we'd like to thank you for your service, and we're letting you go. And you're like, what? I've worked here for like 5 years, man. You promoted me like 6 times. Typically, that denotes that you were going to keep me on. Oh, dude, seriously? Oh, I could have been going to college or something right now. I just wasted 5 years of my life. Damn it. Oh, so upset right now. And right after I bought that car, too. I knew it right after I bought that car. Every single time. Every single time. Every time you make a big purchase, I promise you financially something will go wrong. Your cat will get like a tumor or something that'll cost like $50,000 to extract. Ugh, that's why I don't buy anything nice anymore. I'm just like, nope. I just throw it all in a bank account and just go, whatever. Because honestly, I've had so many situations like that in my life where you make like some big discretionary purchase, like you buy like a TV or something, and you do like need a TV. It's not like you're buying a TV when you have a perfectly good one, and then like the week after your car breaks down, and it's something like really, really important, like the transmission. It's going to cost a fortune to fix, and you're just like, ah! You're like, so can I return this TV here? Huh? Huh? There you go, poor people spending tips. Oh my god, it hurts so much to be Splattercat sometimes and have terrible, terrible... Well, let's just get rid of all these. You're gonna rebuild them, why? You guys are just going out of business anyways. I admire the optimism, but I just don't think it's gonna work for all of you. I just don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna put in some crossroads right here. And then maybe have these connect... No, not to a major intersection. Maybe just put it like right there so that all these people can escape at some point. If they ever feel the need and the desire to run away. Come on, Suburbia, you can do better than this. I believe in you right now. I have so much belief, and I'm sending it your way that you will just stop sucking and be a part of my great society, because everywhere else is doing pretty solid right now. I don't know if you looked around, but you're usually supposed to be the thing that people are seeking out, suburb. But right now, everybody's just staying in the city, saying forget about the suburbs. Those people can go die. And I'd be like, no, don't say that. That's mean. That's not right. That's unpleasant. Well, do we still have body drop problems? We're still having body drop problems up at the top end. And that's in lieu of the fact, or I'm sorry, not in lieu of the fact. That's actually in light of the fact that we still have all this stuff around here. Some people have complained that the body pickups actually don't prioritize by proximity. They prioritize by age. And so what'll happen is if you have a really old body way over here, they'll send it way out to go get it if none of the other ones have done it, and it clogs up the queue or something like that. So some people have proposed that Paradox swap it around, or the developers swap it around and make it so it's done by proximity so that you can more accurately kind of like canvas areas, because as of right now I have followed a hearse and it's gone like all the way across town to get something that was like 5 feet from this one, which then has like 6 out of 9 hearses deployed, so it could have just deployed one and gone around the corner and gotten it, you know what I mean? So we do have body problems over here. What's this crematorium doing? Are you like, it's at 9 out of 9, okay, well, let's consider then going all in. Why not? I mean, I'll build another one. Let's just make sure that it doesn't get bugged, though, and it doesn't do that 0 to 1 problem over and over and over again, because that'll be an issue that will compound over time, and it'll be very, very difficult to circumnavigate. This might have not been the best road to put that cemetery on. I'm pointing that out right now. Did they have a tennis court on the roof? What? They have a rooftop tennis court? That's the most gangster thing I've ever seen. I didn't even know that such a thing existed. What? See, when you're like broke, or like when you grow up on, not like the bad side of the tracks, but anyways, when you grow up like from humble means, you don't even know that like luxurious shit like this exists, like tennis courts and shit up on the roofs of these penthouses and whatnot. You'd be like, what? People have that? I'm so jealous right now. Okay, I'm not that jealous because I'm actually fairly at peace with what I have in life. Aw, man. See, all y'all went out of business. I told you not to do it. What did I say? I said don't go into business over here. I said don't do it. And then look what happened. You got no workers. Nobody can hang out over here. So, there you go. I can't say I didn't warn you. Let's continue to segment all of this out. Obviously, the suburbs need to continue to grow. And so there it is. We'll have them continue to grow like a pimple on an overly greasy pizza crust face. There it is. You ever, like, accidentally bump a piece of pizza against, like, your cheek, and you're just like, yep, I know I'm gonna have acne over there tomorrow. You just, like, your brain just relegates it to fact right now. You're just like, yep, I know what's gonna happen. I'm so glad that so glad that I'm not in puberty anymore. Like, seriously, that was, like, the worst phase ever. So, like, if you're in that phase right now, hang in there, bud. It only gets better. Oh, man, 7th grade was the worst. Have you ever thought about that? Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody that was like, 7th grade was the best. I had so much fun. 0 people that I've met in my entire life have said that. And I think that actually denotes something. Maybe it's just the public school system for, like, junior high in the United States. Maybe, but junior high was the worst. I hated it. Every single moment. I loved high school, by contrast. High school was fun. I had way too much fun in high school. Let's see here. We got dilapidated buildings, couple of sick people over on this side. Speaking of which, how are our hospitals doing? Are they're doing nothing right now is what they're doing. Okay. Well, since you're no longer like participating in all this, everything's on fire, so maybe we should figure out a way to make that not happen anymore. Got a little fire station over there. It's got to be due to traffic in this area anyways. I was watching the traffic flow, and it's a little bit scummy. Like, in some of these areas, it takes them almost like a week to get through a light, like right here. So it may just be a traffic problem. This area was not designed with a whole lot of, like, intelligent cause. I just sort of, like, slapped in roads. What's this thing? This thing looks like it was built by the Protoss over here. My life for ire. See, they're infiltrating. Consultants Incorporated. What do you consult for? Pylon construction. So that's it? Yes, we love pylons. Oh, God. Okay, so these are going out of business as expected. And that's weird because we actually have a big demand for commercialism. I think it might be in these big city areas, though. That might be where the problem lies. And so while I try and seek the truth here for a little bit so that I can speak it to power or something, I don't know. I'll see you later. Hi, do out there, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode.